I've completely lost all desire to go out, to go clubbing, to go to bars or whatever on this semen retention journey. At least for me, like I don't know exactly what day I'm on, but I'm approaching 30 days. But you know, I also believe there's accumulative benefits. So if I went 42 days and then I relapse and then now I'm approaching 30 days, I feel like it's built up benefits. But yeah, so basically I just wanted to touch on like going out and just like basically I've just lost interest in women after, for me, 30 days. Like I said in some of the past videos, everybody's not the same. Everybody has their own like trajectory of where benefits and different results come, different effects hit them. For me, approaching almost 30 days, I and not like continuously edging and touching myself all the time, it's like I finally just I've transitioned into this version of myself that's just like, I genuinely don't care. Like, I do not care about like chasing women or getting laid or whatever. It's like, because my energy is transmuted anyway. It's not, my sexual energy is not focused on sex. I'm transmuting it elsewhere. The gym, especially, the gym is one of the main things where you could take that energy and just transfer it. But it's not even really about the energy for me. It's literally like the interest. My interest levels are just down as far as like going out, picking up women and stuff. And like for me, maybe I'm just different or whatever, but I've never liked going clubbing or going to bars or whatever. There was like a year long time frame where I was like into that, like in high school, college, something like that. But even then, it was like I never really liked going to bars or going to clubs. But I was like, that's where all the women are at. So it's like, and I like women. So it's like, I would go to the bars, the clubs, specifically. I would go and do something that I don't want to do just for women. And my point is, now I'm not doing that at all. If I don't want to go to the club or I don't want to go to the bar, I'm not going there. If I don't want to go salsa dancing or whatever, I'm not doing it. You have to stop doing things just because women, just because of women. And that's the only reason I would go out. Like, if you are uncomfortable in a social environment like me, I am, but also there's other parameters. Like if you're a good looking guy or you have like nice clothes or whatever, there's gonna be guys that are like haters. And then on top of that, you go out to all these social events or these social venues, bars, clubs, whatever, everybody's drunk. They're drinking alcohol and taking also God knows what else, drugs or whatever, and you're in a box. Like, it's like, to me it's a nightmare. So I would just be honest, like going to the club is a nightmare for me. It is not satisfying. It is not fun. And the only reason I ever go, and the only reason any guys go really, is to get girls. But it's like you never know what could pop off there. It could be a shooting, there could be a stabbing, it could be like jealous dudes that just want to fight or just bump into you, or it's like, I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm not trying to be in that environment at all. The environment that I'm trying to be in is an environment where I select who's there. That's the only like socializing environment I want to be in, or that I'm comfortable or that I like being in, is where it's just like me. Like if I just have my own house and I just like invite some girls over, like that's an ideal like social scenario. I do not want to be around a bunch of other strangers that I don't know. Because in the past it was like, I just want to get girls and like, oh, there's girls at the club, let's go pick up, like we got it, there's gonna be some girls, man, at the clubs and the bars. And I'd be sitting there like, I mean, risk your life. Every time you go out, you risk your life at some of these events. Because there could be a dude that, I mean, I'm telling you, it's the dumbest thing ever. You could bump into somebody and he turns around and, bro, watch where you're going. Oh. And then you get in a fight or whatever, and then you end up, like, he stabs you. I just saw this stabbing online. Maybe it's affecting my psychology. That's why I said I can't watch all these videos online, but it starts affecting you. But maybe that's another reason I don't want to go out. But I genuinely don't like going out. But being on semen retention, it makes you literally, like, it just makes you not care about women anymore. Like, I do not care. And I'm certainly not doing something that I don't want to do, like going to the clubs or going to the bars. But I'm to the point, and you could call me crazy, but I'm to the point where it's like, I don't even, like, I'm not even interested. If a girl's not a virgin, I'm not even interested. I'm not even interested. I mean, it's to the, like, when you're pure, when you're practicing purity, and you're on that wavelength, when you're giving off that energy of, like, oh, I'm pure, I'm celibate, like, I am not participating in any sexual encounters or acts or nothing. When you're on that wavelength, I'm telling you, you will literally feel disgusted by people who aren't. By the average woman that's out partying or whatever, or has a big sexual past, or you are disgusted by that. Like, if I'm with a girl and the thought pops into my head, like, there's been another penis in this girl's mouth and I'm supposed to kiss her and bring her home to bring my family and wife her. It's like, no! Why would I do that when there's girls that haven't done that? And this is the craziest thing that I realize, and it's a good analogy. But asking a man to settle for a hoe, a used up woman with a high body count, is the same as asking a girl to settle for a midget that is broke and lives in their mother's basement. It's like, it's not an option, you know? But one is sort of like obvious it's not an option. Like, you ask every girl ever, and this is not to, like, hate on midgets or whatever, like, there's obviously people out there for midgets, but the average girl herself, this is to tell you how superficial they are. Oh, I don't care about height. All right, date a midget. You won't. You will not, because you know, oh, I need height, I need, you know, this, that. So it's not even an option. It's not even a consideration. A 3-foot man is not even a consideration for basically all women. Being a hoe and being a modern woman is the same exact thing, except for the males. That's how we view it. That's how men, especially who are retaining, view it. Because if I myself am practicing purity and I meet a girl and she's like, yeah, I was just at the club like last weekend, and I'm just like, okay, were you dancing at the club? Yeah, we danced with a couple guys, or sort of lame, whatever. Even that's like, oh, you were dancing with other guys. Like, I wasn't doing that, so you're not the one for me. Like your standards shoot up when you're on semen retention, because you start seeing worldly women for what they are, which is demons. You see everything spiritual. Remember that. And when you see these clubs and these bars, and what you'll notice is it's all demonic. It's all demonic energy. The songs they're playing are demonic. They're sexual. They're just, you know, lustful. The people that are dancing and doing all this, and then you add the drunkenness, it's debauchery. I'm just like, dude, the closer you are to God, the further you are from clubs. Clubs and bars and all that garbage. I mean, it is I can't even go near, like, I can't, yo. It's like, I can't even go near it. Like, if a girl asks me, it's like, oh, hey, like, you want to go out to this bar? I'm just like, no, I don't. Do you want to come over and watch Netflix? So, like, do you want to go for a cruise, like, in my car? Do you want to go to the beach? Do you want to go to the gym? Do you want to go on a hike? That's what I want to do. I don't want to go to the club and the bars with hundreds of other strangers that you don't know. They could be threats. They could be anything. It's just, they could be just annoying. So as you're on Semen Retention, it's like, dude, I'm telling you, your standards go way up, and your tolerance and your desire for like modern women, it goes way down. It disappears completely. It doesn't even exist. Like I'm just like if a girl even tells me, oh yeah, like I go out every weekend, I'm just like, all right, that's a wrap. And what the other thing is, though, what people have to realize, not every girl goes out clubbing and dancing. So people may be like, okay, Joel, like, you're just basically just shrinking your option size. Yeah, I'm shrinking my own percentile of being in the 1% as well. So if I'm shrinking my, like, odds of being that high value, I should have a woman who is equivalent to that. So if you're not retaining, or if you're not ejaculating, and you're not having sex, but you are still capable of it, because there's a difference between incel and, you know, voluntary incel. Semen retention is basically, you know, it's not like you're a loser or an incel like people try to claim, because you could easily go out and do that if you want to, but that's the point. You don't want to. One, because God said not to do it, most importantly, but two, because like I said, I'm the actual like physical effects, I'm starting to not care at all. Like I'm not interested. And don't get me wrong, like I definitely still feel like a social interaction, that like a deficit of socializing. But that doesn't mean I want to go and that doesn't mean I want to go out to like clubs, bars, places that I don't want to go, just to meet a girl, or just to like potentially like meet. Like, no, I don't like clubbing. I don't like going to bars. I don't like drunk people. So I'm not gonna go around it. What I'm gonna do is focus on what I'm focused on. And it's like it may seem lonely, but it's like, because of course, I mean, humans are social creatures, and you know, it'd be nice to have some social interactions or whatever. Like I said, I sort of have a deficit recently, but it's like I'm not like sad or anything, you know what I mean? Like I'm not depressed. Like, sure, I'm lonely. Like I said, humans need, you know, attention and social interaction with other people. So you could say like, oh, I'm lonely, but I'm not like sad. I'm not like upset or depressed or whatever. I'm just like totally content. Like I just don't care. You know what I mean? It's like I'm almost like, I feel like asexuals feel in a way. Asexuals are just like, when it comes to sex and all that, it's just like, whatever. I don't care. You know, I'm focused on other things. So I've definitely noticed that about semen retention, is that in the past, and this is why I'm finally actually getting an experience of like the actual purpose of semen retention, which is to not be involved in any sexual activities at all. The last time I was doing it, I was still edging. I was still looking at porn like almost every day and edging. I just wasn't releasing. So that's totally different. That's still semen retention, but that's totally different than like not touching yourself at all and not indulging in those videos or nothing. Because when I was doing that, it's like, oh yeah, I'm on day 30, whatever. Like, yeah, you still have some effects, but your horniness is heightened by like 10x. So every girl, you're almost like, oh, I need to release. Like, when you're not edging, when you're not doing that while you're on semen retention, that's when you get the true focus, the realignment of like, oh, I don't even care about that. And, you know, like, this could change tomorrow. I could go to the beach tomorrow and just like be like lusted at like 100 girls. But I'm just saying, like, recently it seems to be trending like the other direction. It seems to like completely be going away. And I especially just noticed it, and I just wanted to make that video because I'm out driving, just getting some food. Because I didn't really leave the bed today, but you know, that's the thing about crypto. When crypto's going up, you don't have to leave the bed. I make more money laying in bed today than every person on this island made at their job. So it's not like I'm doing nothing, you know. I was studying a lot and watching a lot of videos, just relaxing, whatever. But, you know, it's like I come out and I'm just like, I don't want to go to these clubs, these bars, and see a bunch of dudes walk around. It's like the ratios are just awful at some of these places, and I just don't like it. So I'm not going to do it. In the past, because, you know, you're chasing women and everything's surrounded around women, and you're like, dude, I have to get laid tonight, man. I don't have a girl for this weekend. We got to go out and meet some new ones. It's a pathetic, desperate chasing, constant chasing of women. It's pathetic, it's weak, it's desperate. I'm not on that energy no more. I'm just chasing my own goals. I'm chasing wisdom. I'm trying to become the smartest person ever, and the richest person ever, and the most righteous person ever with God. Those are my goals. Like, none of those involve women. None of those involve getting laid. It's a waste of time. And you really start to just move how you truly want to move. You move on that king energy. When you're not focused around like simping for women, chasing women, like everything surrounded around women, you sort of stop caring about them. Now, like I said, you know, strong urges could come a couple days from now or tomorrow or whatever. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to continue the journey. Continue the journey. Fight through the urges, overcome the urges, and do not entertain them. In the same way, you should not be entertaining any of these modern women, which I'm certainly not going to do. You know, I'm a nice person, and if anything, I try to evangelize to like random women. But as far as dating, as far as like wife material goes, I'm not even entertaining these modern women, these club goers, these dancers, none of that. If you're not in church or the library, don't talk to me. like, you know what I'm saying? That's just the energy and confidence, and just, that's just the mode you get on when you're on semen retention. I did not mean for this video to be this long, but I don't care, because I'm making my own videos. I'm independent. I'm doing my own thing. Like, you tap into your true self when you're truly independent. Like, yeah, it's a little lonely. Like I said, we're social creatures, but it's just a season. This is a season that you must embrace. I don't think I'm gonna be lonely forever. I genuinely believe 100%. The more I get on semen retention, the closer I am to meeting my wife. And then when I meet my wife, it's game over. All those social issues, those oh, I have intimacy problems, oh, I'm lonely, I don't have anybody to talk to, whatever. That's all solved. That's all dealt with. But until then, you must fight the fight. You must remain on the righteous path, and God will bless you with a wife, which will open up your social circle, and which will open up and solve all those problems. So I say, be patient, continue on the journey, and let's go! 200 days, baby! Let's go!